So guys, I haven't ridden pavement in quite some time, and today it's 95 degrees and I decided I'm just going to go ride. You know, I used to just do a lot of road riding, and I do enjoy road riding quite a bit. One of my favorite areas nowadays is the Mount Vernon Trail. There's a perfect spot to park, which is Jones Point Park in Alexandria. If you park there, it's free, it's easy to get in and out. There's plenty of parking, and the park itself is one of the most beautiful parks available. There are some other parks, but it's got a great view of the National Harbor and Alexandria and Washington. And if you ride up the bridge, then you get a really great view of Washington, D.C. and the Washington Monument. So here's the parking here. This is Jones Point. Tons of parking, but of course it is a Monday, so nobody's really going to be here. That bridge over there is a good ride as well. You can like ride over to Oxon Hill, and there's a really good hill near the MGM Casino that's a good workout. So if you like hills, that's a very good one, and people practice time trials up there, so really good one to do. And we're gonna go this way, so that way is really good too. It goes to Mount Vernon, but we're gonna go this way, which is gonna go through Old Town Alexandria. So we're gonna explore that area. So we're gonna fill up with water before we start heading out. There's a water fountain right over here. So this is why I really like this park. It's kind of interesting. That's the marker that divides DC, Maryland, Virginia, or whatever. DC's first building block. If you look over here, that is the first landmark, I guess, the first marker of Washington, D.C. There's District of Columbia boundary. This is right at the triangle. So that's Maryland. So we are in Virginia, Maryland, and D.C. all at the same time in a matter of just a couple of seconds. Can't really see it on video, but that's the Capitol. And there's the Washington Monument also up ahead. So we're starting to see Old Town. It's really kind of a cool area. This is a very expensive area here. A lot of senators live to the right here. And I kind of like to explore cities on a bicycle. It's really like one of the better ways of exploring a city. Let's go through here. That's the benefit of the bicycle. I love going through these alleys and kind of looking around. This is the torpedo factory. There's artist studios in there, and there's a gallery. They used to make torpedoes in there. Now it's just a bunch of like housewives spending their husbands' money, pretending that they're artists. And they tore it down. They're going to build something here. This entire area, because the Amazon HQ2 has been seeing a lot of things happening. This green sign, Mount Vernon Trail. This has been built up, just like the entire block. So right over here, you can go to the right to follow the trail. If you miss this area, you can go straight. There's another area you can turn to the right. This is the better way to get on the trail. An old abandoned factory here, right in the waterfront. You would think they would tear it down, but it looks kind of cool. So the trail at the moment runs parallel to the George Washington Parkway. It's a marina. They also have liveaboard areas there and a restaurant. Ronald Reagan Airport. To the left you have the George Washington Parkway. This is the area where Amazon HQ2 is being built. So over there would be Amazon HQ2. kind of dangerous because people go flying down, especially on road bikes. You can hit almost like 30 miles an hour. This is a great view of Washington, but we're actually in Virginia. So when you get to about here, you have the option of going straight or going left. I'm going to go left. That's the 14th Street Bridge. Straight ahead, we'll go to Georgetown. But this is the Tidal Basin, and look at all these geese here. Hey, geese. People come in fish here as well. The Bureau of Engraving and Printing. There used to be a time I would ride my bicycle every single day to Washington for work. And okay, it's about to turn. Now I rarely come here. In front of us is the African American Museum. We'll go there, check it out. You know, the first day the African American Museum opened, I did get a tour of it. I don't think it's open. That's why DC is mostly empty. So this is the National Mall. This is always a good ride casually, but people come here and really practice riding around. It's so flat. To the right, what's this building? I've actually never even noticed that, but those are really nice eggplants. Oh, that's kind of cool. Virginia peanuts, groundnut. Whoa, look at this kale. You know, I'd never really come here, but if you look around, this is the Department of Agriculture, and they have examples of crops with various history of the United States. This is kale and beets. That's kale. Look at this kale. It is humongous. Look at this. I mean, you could take some of this and eat it. And you shouldn't. I guess they probably frown upon that. Freer Gallery of Art. National Museum of Asian Art. I've gone in here. Really good. Hokusai. He's the artist that did the wave. This is the Arthur Sackler Gallery. What I find interesting is that even though they're closed, the gardens are open. They do spend big money on maintaining this, and by money I mean your money. Shorn, but it's under construction. Can't even get in. Coming up on the Capitol. It used to be the fence was back there. Now they removed it. For a short amount of time, you could not look at the Capitol. Yeah, the Capitol fencing has come down. By the way, this is Capitol Hill. A lot of interns are surrounding in the buildings, and they're all desperate for fame and power. Yeah, I do kind of miss coming into the Capitol and riding around. The fencing did not look good. There was a little bit of a black eye on the United States. This is the National Gallery. This is definitely a good place to come. They always have great exhibits here. Piece of the Washington Monument. Lots of stuff happens here, like soccer games, frisbee games. I think this is the most recent monument that they have here in DC. Reflecting pool, and up ahead is the Lincoln Memorial. The Vietnam War Memorial is not very good. They didn't really give it a lot of interest when you think about it. Yeah, they're really rearranging this. Yeah, I think this is probably one of the weakest memorials here, is the Vietnam War. Well, I'm back in the Prius, guys. That was a nice ride. It's only a few miles and it takes very little time to get to DC. I really recommend it. Jones Point is a perfect park to stop and start, because you can be at Mount Vernon, or you can go to DC, or you can go to Alexandria. There's a lot going for it, so I really recommend it. This is a great ride, and on a mountain bike it's much more relaxed than a road bike. I could get to DC and back in just like, an hour, but on a mountain bike it's much slower. But the suspension helps you so much, especially when you start to get to DC and you want to explore the urban landscape. It is much more pleasurable to ride. So guys, that is the ride today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.